Good evening, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to this presentation of the Super Metroid 2024 Mystery Tournament. On the left side of your screen, we have the one, the only, the bird, SaltyPigeon87. On the right side of your screen, we have a perfectionist who doesn't ever get it right. He's incompetent perfectionist. I am JXB-Adam, and I have a description of this match for you. And I think you are all going to be excited for it. So, what we're going to find out is who will win. Man versus pigeon. The eternal struggle. Pigeons always there. Man always trying to get the better of them. So will that be tonight? Will the pigeon prevail? Will the man prevail? We don't know. But what we do know is this. It is Man versus Bird 2, the Revengeing. So, I am JXB Adam. I am joined in the booth by my co-com Nerdvana Gaming, and on tracking by the one and only Jestro Zooks. It's important that we were joined by Jestro in this matchup, because without Jestro keeping track of it, I don't think anybody else can. Jestro is the greatest Super Metroid tracker of all time. Nerdvana, how's it going this evening?
I am doing quite well, quite excited about this matchup tonight, and might I also say, very nice introduction there. Felt like we were stepping right into a wrestling match, WWE style.
Well, that's what it's going to come down to. Which of our runners will go the correct way? Which of our runners will figure out this seed? Who will find the silvers to slay Ganon? We just don't know, but we are in full countdown, and we have a starter charge beam.
We'll also say 4 majors in opening criteria. That's kind of huge to get started.
Yes, and one thing we do know about those majors, none of them will be suits, because suit restrictions are on in this tournament.
So what exactly do the suit restrictions mean for people at this point?
So suit restrictions mean that no suits will appear as a major in criteria. So we won't be finding a suit as any of these 4 majors, but we could find lots of different very nice things like charge upgrades, beams. We could find movement items.
I will say, speaking of which, it does look like we have a starter charge to get things going here.
Absolutely. Which one of these mad lads will take it all the way to Mother Brain 2 and do the legendary 900-shot fight? We have an E-Tank on the Morph Ball pedestal. That means our Morph Ball is going to be over in the ceiling.
And there's good health to get started here with 3 E-Tanks early on, too. That could very easily get the runners going very quickly here.
It could, or it might be the seed's way of saying, you're going to go feel the heat and be running through all of it to try to find things in Norfair.
I mean, who doesn't love a good hell run every now and then? Oh wait, I live in California. I'm already used to it. Wish we had a variety.
There you go. And look at that. First try D-boosts out of both of our runners. We have missiles behind the power bomb wall that leads to Billy Mays.
So I'm hoping that we can find some power bombs here so we can at least get that initial portal check. If not, we're going to be looking at some interesting inspections here.
Well, that's one thing we don't know. We could still be in a vanilla map. And did you want power bombs? Boom! There they are at Alpha Missiles.
The power bomb has dropped.
So which one of our runners will go to Billy Mays? Which one will go check Meme Route? You can't do both with only 5 power bombs.
And it looks like Salty is going to go to Billy Mays. It's going to be could be a very solid checker with 4 majors as well.
That's okay. But you gotta know the perfectionist is right behind him. We call him IP for a reason. He is the Ip Man of gaming. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's making his way up here. Let's take a look and see if we got anything to get us a good jump. And we're rewarded with
missiles.
A missile and
wait,
bomb.
There's power bombs, so we can actually go check that other transition. So while these item checks are a bust, they do give us information that the majors are still out there. Gauntlet is starting to look a little spicy, given the E-Tank and 10 power bombs.
Wait, majors? Who called the army?
I didn't call the army, but that's all right. The race is going on, and our runners are staying relatively close together, following each other's footsteps. The only invisible bridge in the entire game right there outside of Billy Mays.
Except for the ones that you accidentally run into. Oh wait, that wasn't a bridge, that was just my wall this morning.
I always run into walls, and, you know, not the invisible kind, especially if I don't have my glasses on. Another E-tank back here. That's a good find. That makes these side hoppers significantly less scary. On Power Suit, they do 80 damage a pop.
Especially if this ends up being like a lower Norfair entrance, and it looks like we're gonna get vanilla here.
Nice vanilla wrap. I hope everybody has their vanilla ice cream out.
So that could lead to some really interesting route diversions here as well, depending on the items that are found. What do you think? Are we going to see an early lower Norfair this seed?
I'm not sure. Being in vanilla map, and IP made a mistake there. Gonna realize, oh, hey, look, I'm in Green Brinstar. Let's see if IP tries to go back or just follows this. We see 4 majors in Green Brinstar, but no E-tanks. A first item in the double charge upgrades. We don't even have to worry about it. We have Starter Plus. There are 2 charge upgrades in the pool.
And Salty's definitely going to be guaranteed to look for that other one, so we're going to have full charge here, at least on Salty's side.
Absolutely. Missing Old Mother Brain, that is going to possibly be an orphan check for IP. It's difficult to get back down there.
We're going to get a quick peek at this charge item here, too. Curious to see what this is. Ooh,
it's our Spacer. So now that IP has the Space Laser, I think it's just an insurmountable lead. I don't think Salty can come back from this.
I mean, it's just too much at this point. I mean, not even Spring Ball's going to save him here.
And we have a question from chat from Ferdy1. So is this Chozo or Major Minor? It's actually neither. It's full countdown. You can tell that by the top right of the screen, the number of majors being listed and the number of E-tanks. And we get a dental check. It's just missiles at 2:30.
Right now, kind of panning out for taking this early check here and going the meme route instead, because he's missing all these checks that are kind of nothing except for the charge upgrade.
So we know that there can't be. I don't know why he's in this room. You cannot check Mission Impossible without super missiles. I think IP has forgotten that.
As we see demonstrated by that one missile there.
You can get out as long as you have a power, or no, they'll let you out. And BT has our super missiles. If there's no supers around Big Pink here in Brinstar for IP, that is a huge setback.
Absolutely.
And there weren't. We're gonna have to head over here to Green Bryn. Well, we're in Green Bryn, but to the green part of Green Bryn.
It's the greenier part. It's more grinchy.
You know, it is July, and there is a Christmas in July, at least if all of the stores have told me correctly.
They certainly like to advertise for it.
All right, IP going down here, gonna check the Eticoons, having already found 2 of the majors here in Green Bryn. These other 2 majors could be suits. Let's see what IP finds.
Actually needs to be a little bit careful. There's the ooh, and plasma. That's a huge find. Unfortunately, not able to check these other items here.
Yeah, this lack of super missiles is actually hurting IP quite a bit. Oh, you gotta be careful. These frogs will kill you quick. Salty finding another pack of supers at Terminator. Not checking the back of Gauntlet, just heading straight down. Does know we're in a vanilla map. Pre-opening the door to Turian. This is one of those races where our runners will be able to find Turian, despite their best efforts not to.
Now, the big thing that'll help Ip here is if he's able to find supers at early supers here, which would be a big benefit to him, because he can continue on through here and miss a lot of the checks up in upper. Ooh, and we see a screw attack there peeking by.
Yep, we're gonna have to go up here and farm some missiles because we can't get through that door without 5 missiles, and just rudeness all around. In the meantime, Salty has caught up to Incompetent's location. There are supers behind here, so that's not terrible.
If he's able to just get a missile pack here, he'll be able to help himself out and take a look at those supers.
Absolutely, the lack of missile pack or even missile drops. There's a missile drop. Gonna probably get another one just in case somehow we miss the door, and it's a triple super back at Bryn Reserve.
So that will definitely pay off for Ip, because he's not going to go back and check a lot of those criteria checks. There's not going to be a lot he's going to need from that area at this point now.
No, the plasma beam is a very nice beam. We've already got 300 on our charge damage. There is a not insignificant chance that Salty will actually be at a 600 charge damage. We're going to just have to wait and see if Salty does remember to check the pipe missile location.
Absolutely. We could also be seeing Ip go towards an early wrecked ship as well with the loadout he's got right now, if he decides to proceed up towards criteria.
That's right, and Chad is pointing out Incompetent was able to collect all of the majors without having any supers, which is a pretty good benefit here.
Absolutely. And now he's got the supers to make up for pretty much anything he needs with that plasma beam too.
That's right. We're still, and there's more supers back here that Salty will be able to pick up. Salty already having enough ammunition to be able to take out Ridley. However, on 2 tanks with no heat protection, that is a super tall, not going to happen order.
Absolutely. That's barely even an early ice check as well. That's still scary with 2 E-tanks.
Salty using the screw attack to great effect. Let's see what Salty finds up here at Edicoons.
In
the meantime,
back up towards the ship.
Yeah, Incompetent is back in criteria. We know there's a bunch of majors waiting here.
It'll be interesting to see if he decides to skip a few things here, or if, because it's so early on, just decides to check everything.
I think with these power bombs, in this energy, I would go back of Gauntlet. There's 3 items back there. One that's relatively easy to get to, and then 2 that are slightly less easy, and only because you have to go so far. But IP is going to come down here to bomb Terizo first.
We're going to say a hello to him real quick.
We're going to walk in, we're going to say hi. We don't have morph ball bombs. My goodness, chat, English is a difficult language. So we will not be fighting bomb Terizo tonight. Though, if either of our runners does pick up those morph ball bombs and does go back, that fight will activate. And boy, will that be a treat for everybody.
For the memes, of course. For the memes.
I don't think I've ever seen a runner go back to bomb Terizo with morph bombs after getting the item there. Ooh, a shiny reserve tank for Salty Pigeon. We know pigeons can't refuse anything shiny, so 1 reserve tank available, 1 reserve tank picked up.
Well, you gotta get your battery energy after all.
Reserve tanks, after all, are the "we're sorry, we have E-tanks at home" item of E-tanks. Oh, we're going up to Gauntlet for Incompetent Perfectionist, and Salty is going to come down here and pick up that all-important Spazer, and by not picking it up, save 7 seconds because we already have Plasma. No menu of shame required.
Now, I didn't even think about this, but that screw attack is actually going to be really nice for IP here. Getting through this, it'll be a lot faster than power bombs.
Absolutely. There's that second charge upgrade for Salty. So Salty has seen all 4 majors here in Green Bryn.
Now, I do not believe that Salty made this check here at Gauntlet.
Salty did not. So we see it's a missile at the back of Gauntlet. I'm sure IP will be continuing on to see what the back of Gauntlet contains. Neither of our runners peeked the back of Gauntlet from below with a power bomb. Something that you can sometimes see to know whether or not the Gauntlet play has a lot of value. Red Brinstar, 1 major, 1 E-tank. 5 checks, so we will be able to get either the major or the E-tank, and possibly both. There is another check, the X-ray check, that is not quite in logic yet for our runners, so would be a difficult ask to go get that. And back here we have supers and an E-tank. So
That E-tank being
not
a huge find here for him too.
Oh, absolutely. More energy, more better. It keeps you from dying.
And Spazer item teasing us with just a missile. There's nothing major here.
So, another question from Ferdy. I don't know why I keep thinking about Spazer blocks, but this is the dash randomizer. So, Spazer does open up Waterway and the Wreck Ship Reserve, I believe, just to make Spazer a little more valuable. However, in this tournament, that functionality is turned off.
An excellent question, though. And then IP looks like he is going back to the wrecked ship, so we are going to see an early ship check here. Now, without the speed booster, we're kind of hoping that it's not a stacked ship right now.
Well, if it's a stacked ship, we're just hoping the one item back at the reserve location that we can't pick up is just a missile pack or something that we don't really care about. And here we are in Kraid's lair, 0 E-tanks, 0 majors. The only thing important here is killing a boss. And our tracker, Jestro, letting us know that there were also 0 majors in Upper Norfair. I did not notice that check. Incompetent picking up the grapple beam at Moat. Grapple now putting that X-ray check in logic in Red Bryn. Very nice, Incompetent.
Definitely a nice early grapple find for him here and being able to utilize it so effectively so early on.
You asked for a stacked ship. Is 3 majors a stacked ship? I think it's pretty stacked.
That's pretty stacked.
All right, we're gonna start with the ocean item. What's down here? Hey, more supers. And we have
vanilla
Kraid at Kraid. That's interesting. So there, we don't know what boss mode we're in yet, but we do have one vanilla boss. Most interesting.
It would be very interesting if this ends up being vanilla boss, vanilla map. I have yet to see that happen in this tournament.
Well, that's the way that you get it to where runners can go a little more on autopilot with what they're doing.
A nice grapple strats by Ip making his way into the wrecked ship. Meanwhile, Kraid saying hello to everybody and sitting back down.
That's right. Salty knows that Kraid doesn't get enough love, so Salty takes Kraid to prom. And behind Kraid, more supers. Salty almost says no and then's like, wait a minute, more supers? Yes, please.
Well, at this point, we still don't have a ton of beam damage for the long term. Having those extra supers is going to speed things up because right now our supers are still faster than our beams.
And that's correct. I think even once we get to full beam combo, our supers will still be only equivalent to the beam. And we see power bombs at spooky missiles. Not the major Incompetent was hoping to find there.
Absolutely. And meanwhile, Ipe is making their way down. We're going to say hello to everybody's favorite Metroid ghost.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know what our boss mode is. If it's vanilla, we'll say hello to the ghost that has the most resets. If not,
we might be giving Curse of the Commentator. Let's hope not.
Oh boy, we got a vanilla Fantoon. We had a vanilla Kraid. I don't know about anybody in chat, but besides Grub Junker, who knows the Ridley Dream is dead, shenanigans with the bosses may also be dead.
Now, while we have this opportunity, we might have some people that are newer here in chat. Would you take a minute to explain what Dopplers are?
Ooh, Dopplers. So that's a stuttering technique where we're firing missiles and we're hitting Fantoon with those missiles at just the right cadence to keep Fantoon taking damage. Now, Incompetent hasn't had much luck with the Dopplers, but you can, in theory, do a 1-round Doppler if you have enough missiles.
I have yet to see that, but I know that a former runner, Zost, has accomplished such a thing before.
Absolutely. There are a couple of runners who have accomplished a one-round Fantoon. But right now, we're seeing IP take a good charge of it. Salty dropping a power bomb there to be able to get up to the top here of Red Brinstar. And a super missile, and the ghost has been busted.
Well, we know we're not going to call Ghostbusters. We're going to call Samus Aran next time.
And we're going to make sure when we call Samus Aran, we also call Incompetent Perfectionist to come help bust this ghost.
Absolutely.
More super missiles.
More supers indeed. Very super friendly seed. We're gonna get a good peek here now at the wreck ship, but it's activated. Let's see these items.
Oh no, did you see what Salty did? Salty saw the spring ball and said, yeah, no thanks fam, I'm good. No spring ball for me. Oh boy, that's spicy.
The blue bomber dream is dead for him.
Honestly, this early spring ball has spring ball does have a lot of utility in the game, even though a lot of runners like to hate on it. And you already know that the only other thing you can find here, well, besides super missiles, is going to be an E-tank, because that spring ball is the major of Red Bryn.
Spring ball could definitely give access to early Meridia for using it for jumping techniques, but...
So, it turns out that there is a possibility spring ball could be required. There is such a thing as being forced to do some suitless Meridia shenanigans, and that spring ball might be the only way to do it. Question in chat, are spring ball jumps ever worth it time-wise? Dias Allure, yes, because sometimes that's the only way that you can do certain things like escaping Dragon's Room. Though, we did see the grapple beam. A grapple escape is also possible.
Definitely a bit riskier though if you have lower health, especially if you're doing it suitless. That grapple damage catches up to you very quickly.
Yeah, this grapple beam here on Moat, I didn't mention it before, but it makes crossing the moat so much easier. And did you see Salty just picking it up, switching right to it, and getting right across? Very, very smooth, Salty. In the meantime, we have IP up here destroying everything in the attic of Wrecked Ship. Gonna come over here and check worker robots. I don't know. You know what this room's called, Nirvana?
Worker robots works for me.
All right, we'll see if we're going to continue on for the item or just see it and turn around. We're going on for those.
That is a huge find early on.
Magical pancakes acquired by Incompetent Perfectionist. The gravity suit. The spring ball skipped by Salty now starting to look a little bit better, as the gravity suit means we will not have a suitless Meridia.
We at this point could still be looking at a suitless Norfair. And two, right now, we don't know if this suit is going to give us any heat reduction quite yet until we actually get there.
That's absolutely right. And as there is another item that is Dash Randomizer specific called the Heat Shield, we may never know. If we pick up the Heat Shield, that will override the protection the gravity suit would provide, because in Upper Norfair, the Heat Shield, and did I call Heat Shield? Do you see that? Right there?
Who said Heat Shield? Who said that?
That was me, and we have the Heat Shield, so
yes.
We are never going to know if the gravity suit has heat reduction on, because the Heat Shield means we get a 100% heat reduction in Upper Norfair and a 50% heat reduction in Lower Norfair. In the meantime, Salty is going in to face the ghost with the most resets, everybody's favorite elephant of Super Metroid, Fantoon.
Well, everybody loves him. That's why he's called Fantoon.
Yeah, Dias Allure. So it's not, the Heat Shield is a Dash specific item. It's like a baby Varia suit. It makes suitless Lower Norfair much easier to perform and gives the runners a lot more options. It also is puts things in logic in Upper Norfair that may not have otherwise been in logic.
Meanwhile, everybody put on your shoes, get out your ball, we're going bowling!
Okay, and we know how Chozo bowling works. We just have to strike out all these spikes. Wait a minute, you don't strike out in bowling, you strike out in baseball. Aww.
Oh, but then why do you have a ball? Am I doing bowling all wrong?
I don't know. See, when it comes to bowling, I always get bowling and golf confused. I get like 250s in golf and like 60s in bowling.
Alright, we're gonna get a peek here in just a second.
We have
Salty
one major here left one major left in wreck ship, and I don't think that. Oh, we've got an enrage. Oh, this is not free. But Screw Attack is going to make it possible to survive. Just take your time, Salty.
Little did we know that Fantoon was going to try and go pigeon hunting.
Oh, Fantoon is an excellent pigeon hunter. You don't want to be messing with Fantoon. See?
Oh, no.
Unfortunate for Salty.
Very unfortunate here.
Did take a save up here, so this is not the big setback that one might have imagined. We lose a power bomb pack, but we know that it's Fantoon down here. So IP didn't check a couple of items in Wreck Ship. He didn't check Wreck Ship Reserve. I don't think he checked Sky Missiles, and I also don't think he checked the Wreck Ship E-Tank. So abandoning one item there, following the gravity suit and the heat shield.
There's not a lot that IP is really looking for at this point either. We have suits, we have enough to be able to get through at this point. We can find a lot more in Norfair, a lot more checks. And then we also have a really good loadout right now, just for even working towards finishing the game. So,
I know exactly what both of these runners are still looking for. IP is still looking for Varia suit, and I can all but guarantee both of them are looking for more E, especially Salty, who, while technically has enough energy to beat the game, it's not an easy win.
Agreed. It's definitely the long way to hell.
Oh my goodness, did you see that plasma shield on Salty's side? The special beam attack you almost never see.
Rarely executed, but when it is, it's just beautiful every time.
It's pretty like it was shown in the introductory movie for Super Metroid. Salty continuing battle with this ghost. IP about to find the major here in Red Bryn. Will IP pick up the spring ball, or will it be double spring disrespect tonight?
Salty getting a nice doppler there for sure.
IP has picked up the spring ball. We're safe, Chad. At least one of our runners grabbed it.
Well, it's better to have spring ball than winter ball.
That's true, maybe. Or summer ball.
Or summer ball. Although, at least it's not a California summer ball. Let's not have that.
And there we go. Ghost busted by Salty. Good job. Whew. Glad that fight is over with. Fantoon, a lot of runners make Fantoon look like a very easy fight, but Fantoon is a very difficult boss in this game.
Especially when you have no suits. He just does so much damage.
That's right. It's 40 damage unless you get a special attack that can happen, which is very rare. It's called a Sunrise Surprise. If you happen to be right in the middle of Fantoon when all the flames spawn, you get hit by all of them all at once for, like, I don't know, a huge amount of damage.
Imagine going to Lower Norfair, being there for 5 minutes, getting all that damage all at once.
And yes, chat, alive gaming is always better than dead gaming. I'm not sure who's exactly in the lead here, but it feels a little bit like IP.
IP definitely has a decent advantage right now moving through. Just to head on time real quick because of the temporary setback from Salty, but Salty will find ways to catch up. either routing decisions that he's going to change in the future here. Meanwhile, IP is going to say hello to our big tall Kraid.
Well, let's see if IP can pull off the Kraid quick kill. We saw Salty took Kraid to prom. Will Incompetent do the same thing for us tonight?
Salty just wanted to dance, that's all.
And yes, the Crane Op has the actual number for us in chat. It is approximately 1 bajillion damage.
My goodness, that is quite a lot.
Yes, it is an exceptional amount of damage, and I like the fact that Salty took a save here before heading up. Or heading right, we're gonna go, oh boy, we're going Spiky Room of Death.
We don't call it sponge here.
Yeah, we don't call it Spiky Room of Death because it's, you know, friendly acupuncture. In fact, Salty bailing on that idea, gonna come up here and go to the attic instead. I kind of like this play. This is going to actually get a lot of damage reduction for Salty in the form of a gravity suit, assuming Salty doesn't get demolished by the attic here. Salty!
That screw attack definitely going to help things out here. We just need to utilize it a little bit more for safety.
Well, that gravity suit is not free behind the worker robots. And boy, oh boy, it is prom today. Kraid getting a double dance. Here we go. Adraxis, thank you for that in chat. It's more like, ack, you puncture. Sometimes it just,
because it's not a major.
Oh. Well, that's one super we're not picking up, and now Salty sees those magical pancakes, has the maple syrup ready, gravity suit acquired.
Definitely a welcome find right now, especially with only having 42 health left to get out of the wrecked ship. That damage reduction from the gravity suit is definitely going to help.
So what Salty will probably do here is take his time through attic and hope one of these enemies drops a power bomb. Please take your time, Salty. One more power bomb and we can Crystal Flash. And that, if we do it in a safe spot, will allow us to have refilled energy at the cost of 10 of each ammo type.
We at least have one full E-tank now, so we're definitely a lot more comfortable than we were.
Salty? Oh, okay, Salty's reopening that door. I'm not sure why, but I will not argue with a runner. Let's see what Incompetent does down here in Upper Norfair. Having the heat shield, this is full heat protection here in Upper Norfair, so it can do all the checks free of the ticking time that is your life depleting to heat.
I'm trying to think, there's nothing really that the runners that are going to be having that's going to stop them from continuing further either. The only thing that might cause a little bit of complication is not having either ice or speed for later on, but if they know the CF clip, they'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's right now. So there's a couple of things that the runners would like. Varia suit, speed booster, ice beam, wave beam, high jump boots, space jump, maybe X-ray, probably morph ball bombs, and 8 more super packs.
I mean, that sounds about just like everything that's left.
You see, you're getting what I'm saying. You're getting what I'm putting down here, Nerdvana. Good job. I'm really surprised. I don't think Salty checks Sky Missiles either. And we know there's one more major up here on Wreck Ship, which could, humorously enough, be the Varia suit.
IP forgetting that maybe he has heat shield?
No, IP, you know when you don't have heat protection, because as your life is ticking down, you just hear the tick 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 tick. You know that you are dying of the heat. Power bomb was a little too high there, and we see missiles at Cathedral missiles. What a vanilla item.
I will point out we're also seeing no majors in Upper Norfair, so Upper Norfair completely dead except for energy.
And as we've already discovered, we know our runners are going to want that energy. Interesting peeking the reserve item, but not checking sky missiles. That's a little surprising to me.
Are we thinking betting on Croc could be a good potential check?
Oh, we see the X-ray scope, so we know that the Varia suit is not here in Wreck Ship. Too bad that we didn't peek that a little bit earlier. We could have avoided all that bowling fun.
And
we get an
finding
E-tank.
some more health here. Definitely very nice find.
Yeah, Salty would really have liked that gravity item to have been the E-tank that's here in Wreck Ship. IP picking up the E-tank that is in Bubble Mountain. Question from chat, is it faster to peek from the top? Yes, because you don't have to go through the bowling cutscene to check. I kind of like the peek when you don't have speed booster to be done from the top, just because if it is the one thing and you don't need it, you're going to completely avoid going bowling. And if it is the one thing and you do need it, you're still not going to go bowling because you can't get that item yet.
And just real quick, it looks like we are going to see a Croc check here. Which should be a very quick Croc fight with this plasma beam.
Oh boy, look at Croc. 2 majors and 1 E-tank. I have heard that this is the beast you should always bet on, and here we go. IP doing the walk the Croc.
Question, is it better to walk a Croc or walk like an Egyptian?
It's better to not fall in the acid.
You know, that sounds logical to me. Oh, and
oh boy.
So
that.
Wow, that's huge. Definitely bet on Croc this seed.
Okay, that's 1 Vile Plume for Salty. I didn't see if Salty had gotten into a Vile Plume in the check for Spring Ball. I don't believe that Salty did. And we see here IP, we'll wait for this. We'll see if IP continues on here inside of Croc's area for the other items. As Salty, maybe forgetting having seen the Spring Ball, is going to the X-ray check.
Ooh, very interesting check here. Maybe he's looking for more health here to try and continue on?
So, what I was hoping is that I was wrong and he was just in here farming some power bombs. But I'm yeah, not wrong. We're gonna go see what the X-ray item is.
And another E-tank for Ip. So he's feeling pretty good with health now, having both Varia and Gravity, 5 E-tanks. I don't imagine he's going to be checking many other minor, taking many minors from here on.
Yeah, I think Salty got the reward Salty was looking for with an E-tank over here.
I would agree.
Not insignificant.
Well, especially with only having 2 E-tanks there, we definitely needed some help. We still have 1 major left on Ip's side, so we'll see what we're going to have here. And nothing of importance, just a missile.
Yep. Well, we know that other major is either going to be at the grapple beam location or at Mission Impossible.
See, if it's
and
grapple,
I said Mission Impossible, and I'm a fool because that's in Green Brinstar. Down here in Croc's area, it's actually Indiana Jones.
That would be Mission Very Impossible.
No, that's the way the developers intended you to get that item.
We're going to take a look at our grapple item here in just a second. I'm gonna put in prediction now. We're going to have speed booster for the other major here.
So basically what you're saying is Croc is loaded tonight.
But
it is high jump
but high jump, still a very good find, especially.
Also, yeah, it means we won't have to do Indiana Jones, which is a very, very difficult thing to pull off.
Ip definitely feeling a lot better about his movement now. And we have Salty going for Meridia checks here. Very interesting to see because we haven't seen any of Meridia yet.
That's true. Also, given we don't have a bot wound access item, so I don't know if Salty is able to perform the Crystal Flash clip. I would be it wouldn't completely surprise me, but it would be interesting. We do see there's 1 major here in West Meridia. That could be speed or ice, either one of which would give access to Bot Wound.
Interestingly enough, we do know that that item is not going to be found in Norfair at this point because we have all of our upper Norfair items here now.
Well, it could still be down in lower Norfair.
That it could.
And we will find out. But first, we're going to go visit everybody's favorite tortoise, Mama Turtle. And we have an E-Tank up here. Salty will probably go up and pick that up.
Still gotta check this other item here too and see what kind of luck we can have. And some more supers, definitely friendly.
I know I'm not turning down supers. Varia does put lower Norfair in logic now because we have high jump boots. If we did not have high jump boots, we still wouldn't have lower Norfair in logic because I don't believe high jumpless lava dive is in logic for this tournament.
This lava dive itself is going to be pretty much a breeze for him. And it looks like that's exactly where we're going to get going. So lower Norfair, here we come. We'll see if we're going to be truly vanilla here once we see Ridley. Because at this point, it's still going to have some randomization.
That's just it. Even if we see Ridley down here, there could still be second Ridley here in East Meridia. We could still be in surprise.
Wouldn't that just be the way to do it? Let's make it look like we're not going to have anything special. Surprise! Ridley and Meridia.
That would be special. Salty does have the super missiles to be able to take out Ridley. Energy is very tight, but the heat shield would provide a 50% reduction on the heat damage from the room.
Salty with some nice gravity jump work coming up here. And up we go.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with doing a couple of good gravity jumps. Into lower Norfair we go for IP. There's two majors here. If those are ice and speed, Salty is in a world of not great.
Right now, IP's routing decisions are definitely paying off a little bit. Skipping some early checks, taking the meme route, and just overall getting a better idea of where the seed is going too.
Yeah, choosing to follow the meme route because having killed the hoppers before seeing the door, did not know if it was area rando, and even with a vanilla transition, you still don't quite know if it's area rando or not, so, it's one of those things.
Well, we had Spiker Room of Death earlier, and now we have Worst Room in the game here. And if you don't understand why it's called Worst Room in the game, just watch. It will show it to you.
Absolutely. So Salty went and checked Beach and Watering Hole. Watering Hole, 2 missiles. Beach, I did not see the item, but Salty didn't pick it up, so I'm assuming it was some kind of ammo.
The only thing I could see Salty turning down right now is regular missiles.
And we've got Idle Child in the chat. Idle coming in clutch with what's the worst possible thing that could happen. And the worst possible thing are ice and speed at GT. But we could still gate glitch and we would be guaranteed we could get one of them. Thank you, Nochibato. Beach was more missiles, so all the missiles and we don't want none of them. East Meridia, 2 majors. Salty going to a sandpit.
And IP taking a save here, definitely a good idea, because even though we're feeling good about a Ridley fight, it's still not fun with lower health.
Question from chat from Dias Allure. What is required to open GT? In the vanilla game, you are required to use the space jump item to activate the statue. You could also use a green gate glitch to go in from the backside. However, there is one item you cannot get from the backside. And we see the left sand pit was nothing but super missiles. Salty with his beam combo and 55 supers on tap says no thank you.
Meanwhile, IP only finding another power bomb pack next to those side hoppers there, making his way through and on to Ridley.
Well, we don't call them power bombs of shame because they're missiles. But yes, power bombs with 25, we don't really need that. IP taking on the Metal Pirates right now. Salty heading down to Upper Norfair, having given up on Meridia.
Probably a good call here, honestly. It doesn't seem like there's a lot for early access in Meridia, so definitely exploring Lower Norfair looks like it's going to be the way to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We've got chat saying that space jump not required in the dash rando, and then DJ is confirming that. So I'm gonna go with the people in the know and say that in Dash Randomizer, which we're playing tonight, you are not required to have space jump for that statue to activate.
So we have our third vanilla boss here. Are we going to be full vanilla, or are we going to have vanilla with some frosting on top?
Salty sees a reserve tank, turns away, but cannot resist the shininess because it's shiny.
The pigeon strikes again.
In the meantime, IP is locked in combat with Ridley, firing super after super. Ridley is red. Ridley is just going lower and lower and lower. Soon to be one less space pelican. All right, that's Ridley down for IP.
You know, now that we have already had one bird, we'll see what happens to the other one. Ooh,
and we have Ice Beam.
Ridley.
So that is our bot wound access for IP. IP is now in full go mode.
Absolutely. The only thing I could see him stopping for is a movement item if he finds it, but not really. I don't think he's going to check anything else here.
Honestly, anything in room, it's worth. Speed Booster is still worth picking up just for escape alone. It will save you quite a bit of time.
That's fair. Hitting those sparks in the chamber is really nice to have.
Also, there are not a ton of items here in Lower Norfair, and we know it's a major and 2 E-tanks. If you're not overly comfortable with your Mother Brain fights, it's not too much to go and check Fire Fleas and all the items on the way out. And that'll net you that major, well, may net you the major and 2 E-tanks. The major and 2 E-tanks could be our GT package.
Very easily, absolutely. Although, lately, Fireflies has been wanting to hold an extra E-tank for people, so maybe he checks it just to see if he can get a quick health refill.
Alright, Salty sees Cathedral Missile. The only thing that Salty could want there would be an E-tank, because that's all that's in Upper Norfair. Will Salty do the thing and bet on Croc?
If he bets on Croc, he'll be in pretty good shape. He's going to like what he finds there.
Absolutely. Even if not getting the high jump boots, we'll still really appreciate that Varia suit. Makes Lower Norfair much, much nicer to do.
And we're not going to check Fireflies. We are moving on.
Absolutely. This is the match of the century, of the month, of the week. This is the match of July 19th. At least here in the US, it's still July 19th. And this is the match of that particular day between this man and this bird. And all I know is from all the trash talk I saw in the race room beforehand, this is a grudge match. This is truly the Revengeing.
IP doing a nice job on this escape of Lower Norfair right now, about to say hi to the 3 Musketeers.
Absolutely. We have screw attacks. 3 Musketeers, not bad. And gonna check, like I said, check items when you're in the room. You never know. There's those morph ball bombs. And Salty
bombs here.
Salty betting on Croc as one should in a seed like this. And Salty's walking the Croc. Here we go. Oh, don't put me on pizza. Don't call out that Eastern time zone shenanigans stuff. This race started on July 19th. And there's the Varia suit for Salty Pigeon. Salty now in go mode, as Incompetent Perfectionist is done with Lower Norfair, making his way up to the next location, which for him will be Meridia.
Salty likely still going to go try and check that grapple item, which he's going to find out his high jump boots. Probably going to be pretty happy about that, but probably not exactly what he wants to find.
And we can tell Don't Put Me on Pizza is rocking the Europe times. As far as I can tell, I think that's where 5 a.m. is this time of night. Or day. I don't know. It's very rough because the world is round.
When did they discover that?
A long time ago. All right, IP going back through Upper Norfair, making his way to get to the depths of the ocean area of Zebes, Meridia.
Well, we got a little bit of downtime since we know what Salty's going to be looking at here. We have a little bit of we have a little bit of knowledge of what we're going to find in early Meridia. Just want to give credit to these runners who are already putting on such a great race for us too. I mean, they're doing such a great job. If you don't already, make sure to drop them a follow. They both stream, and you know, the extra love that we can give them, they deserve. They're putting on a gem of a show here for us.
And while you're out there doing follows, make sure that you follow the one and only Jestro Zooks, our tracker. Trackers, the MVPs of tournaments, because without trackers, we don't get restreamed, and then we just can't provide all this quality entertainment. We see the wave beam is speed locked in West Meridia. And also,
where is Speed?
Somewhere. It's on planet Zebes. Somewhere. Also, follow my co-com Nerdvana Gaming. Nerdvana does stream and would appreciate seeing you show up in their stream just to say hi.
Right, we're gonna get some good Meridia research here, and we're going for some good old-fashioned grapple strats.
Interesting. We had the gravity suit off. We could have just done a gravity jump there, I think. Maybe not. Maybe with high jump boots it's not enough to reach. I thought it was. Maybe you need the Spood Beaster to be able to get fast enough.
We have it here, though. We have a nice jump there to get us started.
Oh, well, Ace Zero, welcome to the match where you get to see all the things that you never thought anybody would do, and even more. Salty heading down into Lower Norfair. Is Incompetent is going through East Meridia.
I remember the first few times I started playing this game, how lost I got in Meridia. Having to stand up for just an hour because I needed to go around and try and figure out how to get out.
I remember taking approximately 10 days to figure out how to break the stupid tube in Meridia, and I haven't really played this game since.
You know, I can respect that. It confused me too.
No area rando, likely vanilla bosses. This seed is as close to vanilla as it can get, except for the full countdown aspect.
IP having a little bit of struggle here getting that ice clip to work for him. That Metroid just mocking him as he tries.
So, like a lot of things, we see this ice clip and a lot of runners make it look really easy. Getting the jump and pushing down and getting on top of that Metroid to clip through the floor is not as easy as it seems to look. And the description of the seed was definitely for Don't Put Me on Pizza in chat.
So far, it is absolutely representing as vanilla bosses, though we have not seen Dragon yet, so Dragon could still be a surprise.
And there is the clip. Well, Dragon would be vanilla, and it's likely vanilla bosses. A real surprise would be walking in here low health, thinking, "Yeah, it's just little old Dragon," and then, "Oh, oops! Did you not expect a second Ridley?" In the meantime, we have Salty in Amphitheater. What's that, Nirvana? My apologies.
I said Botwoon doing Botwoon things with his hitbox.
Botwoon, the snake with the jankiest hitbox in the game, but Plasma Beam makes Botwoon a little bit easier.
And a nice finishing shot there.
A little save from Salty before heading down. Again, with this level of energy, a respectable choice.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we're going to get a peek at this item here in the wall.
Oh, we're probably going to be... I was going to say, we're probably going to be picking it up no matter what it is, because we don't have the Spood Beaster to run underneath it. While it is possible to go into the sand and get underneath that, it is not an easy trick to perform. That sand can suck you down like a vacuum cleaner, or black hole, or whatever we would call it.
It's definitely a lot easier to do with high jump than without.
Salty Pigeon grabbing the power bombs of shame.
Well,
for shame, Salty, for shame.
They were flashy. I mean, he couldn't resist.
Oh, I know. Everything in this game is flashy. It's really surprising when Salty doesn't pick up an item.
What's Pigeon gonna do?
They gonna be cool with everything.
You know, those metal pirates give him a little bit of grief there. Threw them, though, nicely.
That's alright. We're coming up. We've got the pre-farm room, and then we've got the farm room proper, and we have acquired the farming beam. Super Metroid, one of the first farming simulators ever. I'll bet nobody knew that. Alright, we did see IP taking a save. There's another E-Tank. Gonna leave it for now. Might pick it up on the way out. We will find out. Okay, what's our bosses? Is it Vanilla? Aw, it's Vanilla.
You know what? Vanilla's okay, because at this point, Vanilla would still be a surprise.
Vanilla map, Vanilla bosses is quite surprising. I don't know what the math on it is, but it's approximately never been seen in this tournament to date.
Well, you did say this is going to be the race of race to beat the races, so why not give it something special?
Absolutely, this is a race, and everyone in chat should be proud. They should be able to know that they can wake up in the morning, they can look at themselves in the mirror, and they can say, yes, I was there for Man vs. Pigeon 2, the Revengeing.
Ooh, very nice grab there. And for all of you out there who like some fried shrimp, grab your ranch.
Tasty. Though I don't know if I'd put ranch on shrimp, but that's just me. Salty getting the ice beam. Botwoon access acquired, required, gotten.
So we are going to check this out of here. Interesting.
Well, it could be the speed booster. It is not. It's just not another power. It's a
thing.
Okay, so this is one of those reasons why you got to know how to talk, people. It's important to be able to talk properly on comms. It was a pack of power bombs behind Dragon.
Meanwhile, up and out of
Nochibato
Dragon's
speaks
room.
truth in chat. Ranch? Question mark? Yeah, I don't know anyone who uses ranch on shrimp, but I don't judge people for their saucing choices, because then people would judge me for my saucing choices.
Believe it or not, it actually works really well if it's a Parmesan peppercorn ranch.
See, the Parmesan and the peppercorn are what really make it, I think.
Ranch is where you raise a whole bunch of animals on a large piece of land.
Oh, Nerdfauna, don't be mean like that. To be fair, we know don't put me on pizzas either in the UK or Portugal. And we're not going to go any further than that. And I don't think you can find ranch there unless you go to a supermarket and go to the American section.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. Ranch is kind of like a... How do you describe ranch properly? How do you describe the flavor?
I don't.
Ironically, it's something you do put with pizza.
Ranch on pizza?
Oh, dipping pizza
man.
in ranch is delicious.
All right, chat. At the risk of having Nerdvana be upset with me, I'm going to say it is possible that Nerdvana would just drink ranch if it were socially acceptable. And back to the race. We have Salty almost out of Lower Norfair as Incompetent is going to the back of East Meridian. Where are you going, Incompetent? You gonna check Rick Ship E on the way out? That's gonna be a disappointment for you. You don't know that. And 10 minutes ago, you didn't know that either.
Meanwhile, IP is making their way up and out of Meridia, saying goodbye once and all to the Ocean City. And we are likely just on our way straight to G4 at this point.
Absolutely. We're just going the roundabout way because we want to check this last location in Wreck Ship, which might be an E-Tank. And I say last location, it is not. Sky Missiles could be that E-Tank. This is humor all around.
Forgotten Highway, not so forgotten lately in these runs.
So Forgotten Highway and area randomization, perfectly normal. Forgotten Highway in a vanilla map, even with full countdown, this is some spicy play out of Incompetent. This is why I said this is top level running that you're just not going to see anywhere else. All right, chat, we're at the 1 hour mark. We are still going. Salty, third reserve tank. Let's go, Pigeon Power.
Can we find the fourth one so we can finish our quest, is the question.
I'm not sure, but for now, what we can find is Incompetent heading through Wreck Ship, heading back towards G4 as Salty is heading up out of Upper Norfair. Next destination, the watery depths of Meridia. So at the 1 hour mark, I was going to say, if you're not already following these runners, please take a moment and give them a follow. These runners are putting on a show for our entertainment. They are doing it just only for that. Oh, and also because this is a huge grudge match. And this is definitely Man versus Bird 2, the Revengeing. For anyone who wasn't here at the start, this match was foretold by some scroll somewhere, and here it is now, live on SpeedGaming 2, the only place you're going to see it, unless you choose to watch a VOD or see it on YouTube.
Was it foretold on some Elder Scrolls?
No, it was just a crummy scroll that was in a trash can that Salty found, but I didn't really want to say that. All right, Incompetent takes a save on the ship, heading down to G4 and Torian. I was wondering which of our runners would trip face first into Torian, and it's going to be Incompetent. Let's go. A question from Ace Zero: is there a write-up of what items get dropped for the heat shield, charge upgrades, double jump? I'm honestly not sure. I would think it might be in the rules for the tournament, but I don't know.
I wouldn't think it's necessarily a guaranteed setup of items either. I would think it's a bit more random than that. Like, it could be this selection of items.
Yeah, it might be E-tanks or it might just be ammo items. I'm not sure, but there are definitely items that get dropped. All right, we have Salty here in Meridia. Gonna take this Metroid over and see if we can get an ice clip. Let's go, Salty. Oh, that's a little high. Maybe next time. Come on, Salty. We want to see you get this clip. Meantime, Incompetent is into Metroid Room 1, using that ice beam and some super missiles to bring some hurt to some Metroids.
To be fair, this is old hat for Samus. She's used to giving hurt to Metroids.
And Salty, after getting the Metroid in position, gets the clip, moving on to the Sea Snake itself, Bot Wound.
Ooh, and a very nice plasma shot there for Salty, too.
Absolutely. We have Incompetent getting ready to go into the baby room. Can Incompetent pull off a baby skip? We have high jump boots, but we don't have the Spood Beaster. So baby skip is difficult. And Rip Dusty, brutally murdered by IP.
I would also point out we also don't have Wave Beam, so it's going to make it even more of a challenge beyond that.
Well, based on the fact that we are charging up and damaging down, I don't know if Incompetent's even going to make an attempt at it. We'll find out, though. Alright, there was an attempt made. And there goes the Ripper, facing right, saving 40 frames. Let's go, Incompetent.
Meanwhile, Salty farming up, getting ready for his Dragon fight here. Doesn't know it's Dragon yet, but he's going to get ready just in case for whatever boss might be there.
That's absolutely right, and honestly, you want to have at least a little bit of ammo. 9 supers is a questionable amount for Ridley, but all that energy, as long as you are patient and know how to manipulate that little pelican, you can take him down.
Absolutely.
There's an energy refill out of Incompetent. Full energy, lots of ammo, getting ready to go down and bust a brain right out of a jar.
You think we should go donate it to Frankenstein?
Alright, Salty sees the E-Tank outside of Dragon. Doesn't know it's Dragon yet, but about to find out. In the meantime, Incompetent taking a save before heading in to do battle with the brain. Unfortunately for Salty, this may all but seal it. Incompetent is going to have to take, I think, 2 deaths to get Salty back into this.
Okay, so we have...
Oh, Incompetent. You have Ice Beam and Spring Ball. That second Zeb skip is practically free, I believe.
Perhaps we just felt like doing it the hard way. Showing Mother Brain some more traditional methods.
Alright, freezing those Rinkas and killing them. The Rinkas won't respawn very fast. We are through MB1. Salty, setting up for the quick kill. Can we get some fried shrimp? Oh, baby, we got fried shrimp in the sea.
Extra crispy.
That's how you do it. In the meantime, we see MB2 rising to power, coming alive. Very unhappy at being broken out of the box. Let's see if IP can handle this battle. That was a great gravity jump all the way to the top of the screen. We're going to have to try that one again. That's alright, Salty. You've got this.
So with 400 damage, how many charge beam shots is Ip looking for before hitting MB, before hitting the catch-up phase?
So that's a great question. Incompetent isn't really counting. He's just waiting for the catch-up, and when that catch-up comes out, he's saved 15 super missiles just for the just for that occasion.
Watch out for your meatballs and onion rings.
You can
And
tell
we have our
when
ketchup phase.
you can really tell that when we were coming up with names for these Mother Brain 2 attacks, somebody was very, very hungry.
The only hope we have is that they didn't go shopping immediately afterwards.
Or immediately before. Either way would have been a tragedy. Rainbow Beam. We are through MB2. Incompetent. Now there is only disaster that could keep Incompetent from winning this race. And it's a disaster that nobody wants to see. In the meantime, SaltyPigeon has dispatched Dragon and is making his way out of Meridia. Yes, I agree, don't put me on pizza. The beam damage for a charge beam being put in the upper right-hand corner makes things so much comfier for me because I never remember anything about beams. And we have the Metroid clip to get out of here. Salty, did you forget? Salty forgot going back to the sand.
No doubt Salty just thinking he was going to save a little bit of time there trying to go that backwards route, but this is just not going to quite work out with our item loadout.
Yeah, you can do it, but this sandfall, I believe, is faster regardless. And I will let chat correct me if I'm wrong, because honestly, I'm wrong a lot, and I forgot to throw that out as a game for chat to keep track of how many times I was wrong on commentary tonight.
Well, Tracy hasn't yelled at you once, so I mean, you're in safe grounds there.
There's a difference between getting in trouble with an admin with Tracy, and honestly, she wouldn't yell at me. She would just have very stern words and a lot of disappointment, because Tracy is an excellent human being. MB3 down for Incompetent as Salty is making his way out of Meridia. Oh, misses the grapple jump. Ugh, just getting all hecked up everywhere. Also, I knew that was going to be right because it was actually said by Ace Zero in chat. I didn't actually know that.
Meanwhile, IP making their way up. The self-destruct system is armed.
That's correct. I should not be shortening people's names. My humblest apologies. Do not put me on pizza. By calling you don't put me on pizza.
Through attack gonna make things just a little bit easier here. Unfortunately, we don't have the space jump to go along with it for an extra easy exit, but it'll be no problem for the Ip Man.
Alright, we have SaltyPigeon coming up into Criteria, approaching G4 as Incompetent is in the escape, in the room named Leodox, and you know when you get a room named after you, it's probably not for a good reason. Salty on landing site, one of the challenges remembering this is not area rando and to get that ship refill.
Right now, the game just showing us why it's so nice to have that speed booster climb up the shaft here. It can be deceptively difficult if you're not careful. And while making his way clean up now and out, we are on our way to the ship unless we decide to save the animals. Probably not.
No one's saving the animals tonight. We're in parlor, we're heading to the ship. We've got victory in our sights and only steam in our way. As Salty is almost a Torian, I don't think Salty's gonna make it into well, Salty does make it into Torian before the dot done, but only by a few seconds. Get your GGs in chat for our race winner, Incompetent Perfectionist. coming in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 57 seconds, followed closely thereafter by a forfeit from Salty Pigeon. The Pigeon put up a good fight, but unfortunately, it was the human that came out tonight. Man versus Bird 2. It turns out it was all man all the time.
And meanwhile, we have Incompetent that is joining us now here in the channel. Incompetent, nice race. How'd you do it?
Well, the key is you just have to lose every single race in the tournament before you get one where you do all the right choices like this one. I just felt like I couldn't. Every choice I made, everything was just right in front of me, and I didn't have to. I feel like I didn't really have to backtrack at all. And with vanilla map and vanilla bosses, that is pretty. It just became a all right. Just haul, you know. Just go as fast as you can. Just boss, get what you need to go to the next one and go. You know, I was afraid I wasn't going to find something to get into Dragon for a little bit, but that ended up being fine.
And
Meanwhile,
we are
have Salty joining
joined.
us as well.
Yes, our race runner-up Salty is here. First off, GG's Incompetent and GG's Salty. What an amazing race you both put on tonight.
GG Bird.
Wait, we were racing? I thought it was just another game night, dude. No, I'm just playing. You did great, brother. No, you did great, brother. You tied the series up at 1 apiece.
I know. Last time you got me, this time I get you. So
yeah,
the next tournament we're in together, when we face off, it's going to be
the rubber
ultimate
match.
Yeah, the ultimate for all the bird feed, for all the marbles, for the title belt.
Marbles, bird feed, and title belt. Oh my goodness, that might be too much for me to bear.
Yeah.
Nah, we see exactly what happened here. See, Salty, you didn't pick up the spring ball, and that was it. The game was over right at that point.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. I was like, hey, 6.5 seconds I don't need. Cool. And then I wasted that on power bombs. So it was, yeah, it was whatever.
You've been hanging out with MM2 too much, bro.
I know. I've been talking to MM2 way too much about the spring ball and how horrible it is. So it's definitely all MM2's fault, obviously.
Right, yeah. No, it's never our own fault.
No. I would have won that if I never met him.
No, sure. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, but it was great. It felt good to feel like I was reading the seed and the seed was cooperating. I mean, honestly, Salty, I think I could have beat someone even better than us with this run as far as I was doing. Maybe not really a lot better, but you know, you and I are pretty evenly matched. We've played a few offline too, and you know, like, you shouldn't feel bad because I got super lucky with everything in terms of just all the right logic choices, and I've been there at the exact opposite too, where I played great, but all my choices were just total crap and just never what I needed. And so it feels good to get one the other way for once.
I knew my route was a little bit off, so I tried to keep texting you in Racetime GG, like, "Hey, dude, how you doing?"
Yeah, you scared the crap out of me because I was in Mother Brain, like doing the Zebs, and then I see hello, and I'm like, okay, oh no, wait, is he already in Mother Brain 3? And like, I just kept looking the whole rest of the time for the dot done. I was sweating and shaking, and yeah. Thanks, man.
I knew I was a little bit behind because I died to the stupid ghost, and the route choices just weren't the best options this time, but so I decided to try and mess with you. But you persevered. You are the true winner tonight, and I'm proud of you, brother.
Here's what I thought. I thought, okay, either he is in MB3 already, and this was an awesome race, and this is the first time in this tournament I've gotten to Torian, much less to Mother Brain, so I can't even be mad. You know, like, that's going to be awesome to watch, and it'll be great even if you did win right then, and like, you know, like, or like 5 minutes after then or whatever. And then, but then when you didn't done, I was like, oh no, was that maybe bowling instead of Mother Brain 3?
Okay, I'm sorry to break in both of you. I'd love to continue this interview because I know that this was truly a grudge match. It was the Revengeing, but unfortunately, we do have to get out of here. We have another race that is queued up in a few minutes. So actually, thank both of you for running an amazing seed. It was really awesome to see vanilla map and vanilla bosses.
Yeah, GG Salty, thanks for the awesome match. Thank you commentators, thank you organizers, Speed Gaming, everyone in chat, thanks a million, appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. It feels good to be on the other side of it one time in my life.
Ditto the pink Play-Doh Pokemon. Okay, Adam, your turn.
All right, thanks, Salty. Play-Doh. What? I don't even follow. Oh my goodness, this is why you shouldn't converse with pigeons too often. All right, so chat. The links are in there. Follow the runners. Follow my CoCom. Follow our tracker, Jestro Zooks. Jestro is the MVP of tonight's match. And so the Revengeing has come to an end. We see Incompetent Perfectionist has once again proven that humans can definitely defeat pigeons 1 out of 1 times. And so with that, I will say thank you to Speed Gaming for giving us 1 out of 2.
1 out of 2. Yeah. Okay.
It's 1 out of 2. Oh man.
Yeah, it's 1-1. 1-1. Salty's got me.
Yeah, no, I said it was 1-1. I said 1-1. You guys are killing me. Killing me. All right. Anyway.
Okay, my bad. Watch the next race because the next race is more important.
Quit trying to do math on stream. You guys are killing me. All right.
We need Tracy for that.
On behalf of the entire crew and our racers, I would like to send a thank you to Speed Gaming for allowing us to restream on their channels. Please follow the racers, follow my CoCom, follow Jestro. Stick around for the next race. It is starting in about 5 minutes. And with that, I will say the magical words. See you all next Revengeing. Good night, everybody.